Okay, so this is Phantasmagoria. So a PC adventure game, I think I've mentioned to you before, but you don't really play games at all, do you?
Not at all.
So you've played LA Noire with me, but apart from that, you haven't seen you haven't played any like adventure games, have you?
No, I'm the reluctant gamer.
Exactly. So Phantasmagoria, so I've played this. This came out, I think, it was kind of like mid-90s, probably like 94, 95. It was on 7 discs, so lots of video in it. So it's like an adventure game, so it's like it's like a point and click kind of thing. So there's this intro. So they've moved into this house.
It's probably just spending the night in a new house.
Yeah, I know. I have to admit, this place is kind of strange.
Yeah, it's different. You know, I bet the guy that built this place must have been really bizarre.
Oh, hi, Spaz. How you doing, huh?
Oh, she's giving her pussy a stroke.
Yep, she does lots of that.
I don't know. I'm almost finished unpacking. Thought maybe I'd do a little exploring. How about you?
Did you see that bathroom yet on the 2nd floor?
He's smoking as well, so it must be mid-90s.
I think I'm turning it into a photo lab for myself.
Why does he look like he's going on safari?
Yeah, you're right. He's supposed to be a photographer, so I think it's a bit contrived. They've given him a photographer's jacket, but it doesn't really make sense, does it? Because he's in his own house.
Oh, it's Christmas ornament. Oh, look at this.
Why?
Just a sec.
This is all very RADA. Yeah, you get that gold blend down you, boy.
You remember this?
Yeah, I gave you this for Halloween.
You rat? You know it was Christmas Eve.
It's like sentimental music.
Close to me.
It sounds a bit like some sort of dodgy sort of Channel 5 film.
Exactly. That's what it is,
Of course I do.
basically.
You'll forgive him.
I better get to work. I got a lot to do. I'm gonna keep this little fella with me, though. So I'll always remember that thing.
Interesting fact. I'm not sure what she's doing now, but the guy he works in real estate.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. So I found a video on YouTube of him
You need to get
talking
out
about
more.
exactly. I know. There we go. So there's a bit of setting the scene. So this game is by a company called Sierra. You've probably heard me mention Sierra.
Yep.
So Sierra made lots of these adventure games. So like pretty iconic as far as adventure games go. So this is basically it. So you've got your cursor here, and when it goes red, that's what they call a hotspot in adventure games. So if it goes red, you can interact with something. So if we click on there, she sits down and drinks coffee, which doesn't actually achieve anything, but it's interesting that you can. If we have a look over here, we've got a drawer we can look in.
Oh,
What have we got in the drawer?
have we got any sex toys?
I think so.
No? What have we got in here?
I think she's just picked up a matchbook. Kitchen's a bit interesting, isn't it? It's a bit kind of...
I'm not keen on the decor.
Yeah, it's a bit gothic range from IKEA. She's picked it, so we got this matchbook. If you click, you can...
It looks like Nightmare.
Yeah, interesting you mentioned Nightmare. It's the same kind of technology. It's all shot on a green screen or a blue screen, and this is then CG'd over it, so it's exactly the same technology as Nightmare. So yeah, they've moved into this house, which they've basically picked up dirt cheap.
Right.
This mansion. And this is their kind of first proper day in it. So you kind of start the game and it's just her like looking around. So she's just found there's this like kind of sinister trapdoor in the kitchen. Do you like her outfit, by the way? This orange top and the black jeans. She doesn't actually change. Well, actually, if you I think the game's set over 7 days, and she does wear the same clothes. But if you look in her wardrobe, I think she's just got lots of orange shirts and jeans.
Not really a fan.
No, it's a bit kind of
Penitentiary orange.
yeah. So there are all these little side details they've added in. So if you go to the sink, it doesn't achieve anything, but if you click on it, she'll have like a glass of water. It's really bizarre.
It's basically just an excuse for just like making you be nosy going around
Exactly. So what do you want
his house.
What do you want to do? So this is kind of a dining room.
We can have an explore.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty. When this came out, it was pretty amazing. Because you could look around the whole house. Obviously, like for the time, the graphics were amazing. There's some sinister stuff going on in the background in some of these mirrors as well. There's all sorts of like supernatural kind of Easter eggs that are hidden around. I think there's something in that mirror there.
Possibly. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a double-sided, like
yeah.
mirror.
Got a fireplace here. So if we go back, you can look at this picture up here. Nice embellishment there of the music. So you kind of find out more about the person who lived here as you go through the game. I remember this. So you can actually pick up the poker. So we now have that in our inventory, which is down here.
Okay. What's the point of that though?
So the inventory, so in adventure games, basically they call them point and click. So they're typically inventory-based puzzles. So for example, you'll need to get into a locked room and you might have a crowbar, so you then use the crowbar on the door, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay, so it's like, in case we need it.
Yeah, exactly. So the matchbook will come in use. I can't remember how we use the matches, but they do have a use. If you click and go up the stairs, so she'll there's a lot of video in this, which is why they needed 7 CDs, as you can imagine. So it's a massive. I mean, for the two of them, it's a massive house. It doesn't really make any sense why they want this.
This is totally nonsensical. Oh, what's the avid explorer up to?
I know. So I think he's trying to convert this upstairs bathroom into a dark room, which
It's
again.
like a bit sinister. I don't really trust men with ponytails.
There we go.
Yeah, screwdriver slipped. It's a damn drain.
Let me see.
Oh, I'm okay. Really, I thought I could use some drain cleaner.
I don't think so.
I think this is going to be the worst acting I think I've ever seen.
It's great, isn't it?
These old pipes really are clogged.
Is there anything I can do?
Yeah, hand me that wrench. Thanks, honey.
Okay, so we kind of established he's in here converting this into a dark room.
A handyman come photographer.
Exactly, I mean, there's all sorts of sinister stuff in here as well. So the strange thing is, if you go in here, whoever lived here before has obviously left all this stuff around.
So basically like an electric chair and a gramophone. So I like
Yeah.
the juxtaposition there. That's interesting.
Exactly.
Mind you, do torture me with some of your music, so it's like the
Yeah,
same
exactly.
thing. Beastly lamp.
Yeah, it's an interesting decor, isn't it?
So like, when does she get started?
Ah. So we don't have any keys at the moment. It looks like there's a...
Why, there's a key stuck in the keyhole.
Okay. So there's a key stuck in the keyhole, so... I wonder what we could use to try and get that out.
Maybe we could use that poker.
The poker, I think it's probably a bit too big.
Yeah, probably.
We'll look in one of these other rooms. Creepy baby photo out there. What's that?
It's a teddy bear around you. I really don't think that's going to be much use.
Oh,
Oh, God.
Not foreboding, is it?
It's not something out of The Shining.
Funny you should say that.
So
That's
we've
weird.
got a massacre teddy bear, serious damp issues,
Yeah, serious damp, like moving damp
and some,
issues.
like ectoplasm, X sort of thing going on. Oh, what is this? Is just weird.
It's strange.
What is that about?
God, what is this?
I thought what was always weird about this, if you find kind of strange supernatural residue, wouldn't you go and like get your husband and say, look at this, what the hell's this weird translucent kind of slime thing in the corner of the room? She doesn't.
She's just like, oh well, no, there we go.
So I mean, the house is pretty massive, but there are these rooms obviously we don't have keys to.
Did they not look around this house before they bought it?
Exactly. I think there's you know, they kind of
Not
like,
another creepy teddy bear.
that's the same one.
Oh, okay.
They obviously bought it dirt cheap, but yeah, the fact everything's in here is kind of strange. That would actually put me off a bit. She's supposed to be a writer.
Not doing much right.
No, exactly, I know. She's got kind of a 90s laptop over
I
here.
better turn my computer off.
What's her name?
Adrienne.
All work and no play makes Adrian a dull girl, like written several times.
Exactly. It does, so Phantasmagoria does, it is heavily influenced by The Shining.
Yeah, I think The Shining is slightly better acted out there.
I think so. But, I mean, this is quite cool, isn't it? This skylight they've got here.
What is this thing?
There are all these weird kind of contraptions in here.
They all look a bit torturous, to be
They
honest.
do, actually. What have we got over here? This had a sequel as well, completely unrelated. But it had a follow-up. Looks like some like art materials. Okay.
Crappy picture.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Let's have a look down here. So she does have a car. You can go outside and you can go into, there's like a town you can go to. Haven't played this for a long time. But
So you're basically establishing yourself in a house and having a look around.
yeah, she's investigating. You've got this...
And how long does this take before you get to like find out what the hell's going on in here?
It's split into different chapters. So this is kind of the first chapter. So each chapter's
Okay.
kind of varies,
That
really.
makes sense.
But, so yeah, and the idea is you save it. You don't play the whole thing through. I mean, you could do, but obviously take a lot of time. Random guest room. Okay, I clicked on the bed and it looks like she's sitting down on the bed.
Is that woman again? Is the same woman?
Yeah, let's have a look. See if we can have a look at the... Same music again.
Okay, why has she got like Tudor sleeves with some kind of polo neck? That doesn't work.
That's true. Yeah, the fashion's a bit interesting, isn't it?
That's one word for it.
Let's have a look in another room here. What have we got? What's here? I don't think we looked in this one.
There's not going to be any cringe sex scenes in this.
I think there is from memory, yeah.
Amazing.
It was rated 18
Oh, really?
originally, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's like Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes. So I think this is supposed to be the guy who owned the house.
What, with a sort of Dracula-esque
I know.
sort of cake going on. Okay, fine. It's a bit smug.
He does. There are lots of videos of her kind of just like looking.
Is she just
around.
contemplating existentialism?
Exactly.
What type of stuff does she write? Do we know?
Or
is there not that much
I can't remember, actually. I think it's... I can't remember. Maybe it comes up.
Nobody's eaten anything yet.
No. She did have that glass of water, though.
Oh. Oh, shit's going to get real.
So the supernatural stuff kicks in pretty much from the
beginning.
beginning.
Near the crotch. Oh. Pervy, weird ghost thing. Oh, this reminds me a bit of the last bit of Carrie.
Oh, okay, yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if it, draws influence from Carrie.
Now she gets him. Onto the ectoplasm, the weird headless teddy bear. Now she calls him. And he's just fiddling about with his tripod. There we go.
Oh God, the bed grabbed me.
The bed grabbed you?
Yes.
Oh, here, calm down. Wait here, all right? Just wait here. I'll show you.
No, don't.
Just calm down.
Is that blood on the walls, or is it just bad paperwork?
It's okay, Hila.
Yeah, I think it's just
Nothing wrong.
a bad, kind of quite a crude
Goodness. This old drafty house
paint
has your
job.
imagination going, hasn't it? Sweetheart.
So she's just dismissed it as a dream.
Are you going to be okay?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Cringe.
Just calm down.
Okay.
There we go, it's fine now. Okay, let's have a quick look over here. There's so much to click on in this game. Oh, okay.
What's in
Is
the
that a
box?
jewellery box or something?
Yeah, looks like it.
Alright.
And you leave every possession you
Yeah,
have
it's
behind.
bizarre.
Yeah, something's not right.
Some Diamonique.
And so imagine if this is on Rightmove now, it would put you off straight away. Wouldn't even
Yeah,
bother looking,
I
would
know.
you?
It's bizarre, really. This young couple, kind of, this massive house. Okay. Cigarette case. She doesn't even take that. So I'll show you this. There's an icon down here. This skull guy.
Yeah.
If we click on him,
I am the official hint keeper. I watch your every move. Ask me for a hint if you are hopelessly stuck.
so basically we can click on him if you're stuck. I think when I first played through this, I did use the hint keeper.
Someone in town holds the key.
Oh, it's that
Okay.
door.
So he
Yeah,
gives you
okay.
kind of cryptic, or not so cryptic clues, and because the game's because the house is kind of quite big, you could just be wandering aimlessly for hours. You don't get penalised for using him or anything. It's quite an innovative thing back then, because back when this came out, it was kind of quite early internet. So, whereas now with games, you can go online and get like a walkthrough if you're stuck. But
Okay.
obviously here you couldn't. The only option you had was kind of like expensive kind of premium rate numbers you'd ring for hints. But the fact it's got its own inbuilt hint system was pretty cool back then.
So should we drive into town, see if anybody knows?
Yeah, let's do that. So
What's
again,
behind the door?
behind the door.
Yeah, well, he said somebody in town
Yeah,
has the key.
Let's have a look.
I don't
there's
know
a-
how metaphorical this is, or how,
I don't think it's that messy. Yeah.
No.
It's, again, I mean, this was like a huge amount of work back then, because all of this is painted. Where it's all CG.
twinned with the second circle of hell.
Exactly. It looks quite nice, doesn't it, really? Kind of sleepy nip a wum set.
Did you say nipple?
Yeah, it says nip a wum set. Maybe that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Guessing that's a Native American thing. You get these kind of extras you can't really interact with. Luann's Antiques. Do you remember at some point we can go in here? I think it's closed. Yeah, so if you go back here on different days, so I think each chapter is a day, so if you go back on a certain day, you'll find it's probably open. Robert Tompkins Realty. Here we go. That's going to be the estate agent. Cigar.
Well, hello there, little lady.
Patronising.
Can I do you?
He's got one of those Billy Bass things on the wall.
Yeah, are you Bob Tompkins?
When's the last time I took a look?
Ghastly. Glad to see that estate agents are globally irritating.
Exactly.
Bad you got a husband, honey.
Casting couch.
I know. Check out the calendar.
What's his name?
Oh, nice.
Just saw that.
Yep.
Asshole.
What was that?
Gordon. Donald Gordon.
Okay, that's her husband.
What?
Oh, nice comb over you got there.
Gibson, Leeson, Gordon. Donald Gordon.
Husband, I can't remember if they're married actually. I can't remember.
Why has he got what appears to be a spear on the top of his bookcase?
Yeah.
Old Caravash estate.
It's Carnavash.
I remember now. Your husband was that photographer with extra pictures for those magazines.
Yeah. Well, my husband works for several magazines. He's doing a project for Newsday magazine right now.
And you, little lady, you're a writer.
This is so
Oh, yeah.
cringe.
I'm a novelist.
Novelist.
Oh, a novelist. So what have you noveled?
Have you heard of a book called Blue Moon Rising?
No, can't say I have.
I'm not surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Well, young lady, unless there's something else, I think we'll cut this chit-chat for today. I got a lot of work to do. I got another client I'm going to meet.
I bet you do.
Oh, nice boob shot.
There we go.
Wait, what
So can we
should
ask him about the keys?
I think we should ask him about the keys.
Good cop, bad
There
cop.
is something.
That's not Eleanor.
No.
Yes.
Keys. Are you sure you gave my husband all the keys to the Carnavash estate? There seem to be some locked doors.
Well, I gave him all I had. But if you don't believe me, why don't you just check for yourself?
Well, I think I will.
So it's the Carnavash estate. So you do find out more about the house. As I say, it's been years since I played this.
Vlad the Drax holiday home.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Looks like
Oh,
a key.
there we go. Yep. Take it.
So if you see, it should appear down here.
Oh, I see.
Carnavash estate. All the keys, huh? What's this?
It's a very large key. So sue me.
I have to look him up on IMDb. There we go. So we've got the key now.
Okay, that's good.
Good stuff. There we go. Okay, so
Side step to the left.
exactly. Yeah, it is. It is.
It's so much like Nightmare.
It is. Yeah, Sierra, he made this, so they made tons of adventure games. And this was kind of their heyday, really, the late 80s, mid 90s, early 90s. And they had this huge kind of soundstage, and this is where they kind of filmed all their games, really. So it's all just... Oh, there's a dog over here. These are probably just people who work for Sierra, I'd imagine, the extras.
good boy.
Okay, so we got the key.
Should we just go home and open the door?
Try the... Yeah. So Sierra, the company, was owned by Ken and Roberta Williams. It's kind of a husband and wife team, and they made a lot of money back in the day. And Sierra ended up being sold. It had, in its heyday, though, I mean, they did incredibly well, but it did fizzle out, unfortunately. And the game Phantasmagoria was actually written by Roberta Williams.
Okay.
So she's
Cool.
kind of bit of a kind of an auteur as far as adventure games go. Okay. Looks like an old BMW or something.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah. You still see those around. Reliable.
What did they do after this then?
Sierra.
Yeah.
They made a sequel to this, Phantasmagoria 2, which commercially didn't do very well, but I quite liked Phantasmagoria 2. We can have a look at that next. They made the Gabriel Knight. I showed you.
Yeah.
But they made an FMV version of Gabriel Knight with real actors, very similar to this. That's really good. Based in Germany, in Munich. So we should play that at some point. Okay, so we got this key. Let's have a look. So if we use the key on the door...
Okay, it's not some woman bathed in a bath covered in blood or some creepy twins or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Stuff like that does... Oh. Okay, it didn't work. Okay, should we look for some other doors we can get in?
Yeah, maybe.
Should we try downstairs?
Yeah, that's
Perhaps
a good
start
idea.
from downstairs.
That would seem logical.
Let's have a look.
Start from the beginning, I guess.
Yeah, okay. Let's have a look. Okay.
Try that one.
Let's have a look. So we use the key on the door.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Back in the day, to run this, you need quite a souped up PC. Remember the first PC I had, actually, it worked, but it's really choppy. So it's funny, really. Whereas now you can just kind of... Well, I'm running this on Scum VM, I told you, which is an emulator, which basically allows you to play old games, and it runs brilliantly.
This reporter attended Carnot's Phantasmagoria show in London's Egyptian Theatre last night and found it horrific, spine-tingling, and incredible. Women were swooning in the aisles at the gory realism of his spectacles. For the uninitiated, Carnot's shows are not for the faint of heart, as they feature occult images, the black arts, torture devices, bodily amputations. Of course, all are accompanied by a generous dose of screams, shrieks, howls, and frightening organ music. Those of you up to thrills and chills won't want to miss this.
Okay.
Illusionist Quarterly 1887.
Wow, yeah. So the Carnavash estate. So I'm guessing that's the... Oh, let's have a poke around in the study.
Yeah, go on.
Find the original first edition of 50 Shades of Grey. Okay.
Dear Jeremiah, it has come to my attention that you have recently acquired a unique book while traveling through Egypt this most recent winter.
It is my understanding that this tome contains powerful information regarding ancient rituals of sorcery and magic. I relish the thought of reading it. As you know, I am sometimes frustrated by the fact that I cannot really control the world around me. That my so-called magic is merely nothing more than illusions. Next month, I will be giving a show in Paris. Will you be in town then? If so, I would like to set up a meeting during which I could examine your fascinating acquisition. If the book is really authentic, Best regards, Zoltan.
Zoltan. Okay.
Alright,
Quite
so
like the desk.
we've got some sinister magician,
Yeah.
Egyptologist enthusiast.
What have we got here? Okay, she's just picked up.
What's that?
Looks like a chess piece or something.
It looks.
Ooh.
It's a letter opener.
Oh, okay.
The ideal gift for Mother's Day.
Exactly. That might come in handy, I'm guessing. Pretty sure all the items you can actually use. Let's have a look. Okay, fireplace. Bricked up. Ooh.
What the hell?
That looks sinister.
It does. There's probably a torture chamber behind that, I bet.
Let's have a look. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Can we use that poker to maybe bash our way through?
Possibly.
So it's, in most adventure games you have this weird feature where the characters carry all these items around, but obviously you don't see them actually holding them, so she's got these like ridiculously deep pockets obviously where she's stashing like a poker and all this stuff.
Damn, it's not working.
Okay, I don't know why so the poker's not working.
Not an axe anywhere.
Not yet, but I think one does come up. How about this
Surprise me.
letter opener, knife? Ooh, okay. See, to me that doesn't make any sense, because surely a poker wouldn't you just bash it? Unless she's thinking of damaging her brickwork, maybe. There we go. I think she's broken her letter opener. But we have found the room.
That was successful.
They almost need a montage for this, don't they? There we go. I thought they were going to show removing every brick.
Brick by brick.
Brick by brick. Adrienne gets through her writer's block by dismantling a wall. Look at that acting. There we go. Okay, we found the room. I think that's probably a good spot to end our first half an hour. So how are you enjoying Phantasmagoria so far?
It's not bad.
Excellent, great stuff. That'll be part 1 and we'll be back.
Okay.
Say goodbye, Helena.
See you later.